Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay. And with this episode, I know there's a lot of Republican men, a lot of MAGA men that just can't stand me. They hate me. And my pettiness absorbs it. It filters out the bits that are, because, yeah, a lot of them, or especially a lot of the ones that write me, most majority of the ones that write me are the poorly educated, very naive, bigoted, no good, selfish, conniving, lying, degrading types of human beings. And so they're gonna hate this episode, and I love that for me. Okay, because with everything going on with this guy's second term and stuff, it's like we have to remember what happened in the first term, because just like his show, You're Fired, and all this other stuff, like, he kept firing people in the first term, and so many people are like, why is he firing everybody? And people want, like, once they left that White House, like, Omarosa, especially on when I used to love Big Brother, but slowly I was just like, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. So I watched it less and less and less or whatever. But ooh, that's like when I found out she was on that season, I was like, okay, I'm probably not gonna watch every episode, but I'm gonna. I want to know what she says. I want to know what she says. And when she spilled some tea. I wish she just poured out all the tea, but I think she was trying to be careful. Yeah, because as a black woman, you got to be careful in America. You got to be careful in America. But it's like, and some of you aren't gonna believe me, but 92% of these women out here, 92% of these black women out here try to warn you about Project 2025. But did you believe us? Did you listen to us? Did you mock us and joke about us and play us? Yeah, in so many videos, I talk about how we are always the joke. We are always less than. You have no problem just saying how we are just the less than of less than. We don't deserve anything. And then not all black men, but a lot of black men, you guys help out. Because I just saw in an interview too, and I'm going to talk about this in a different episode, but I have to slide it right here because we tried to tell you. But this one black guy in an interview, he was just like, yeah, when a woman tells me she's successful and she has her own and she has this or whatever, I don't want her. She's too late. She's not qualified. Or it's like, and it's just like, I keep catching that a lot of men, like I already told you about how, like, well, it's a white guy, but how Thomas, he left me because I was publishing books. And then there's some other guys, black, white, and Indian too. Once they got to know me and once they saw that I was driven, one of the Indian guys literally said he lost interest in me because I'm so driven. He says he cannot, like, accept that in the family. It's like he does not want that. As a wife, my job is to, and he just started saying all of the stereotypical things they even say at my church, the brainwashing they say at my church. So yeah. And that's when it's like, once he said that, I was just like, oh, we're good then. And then I blocked, but then he was shocked when I blocked him. I thought a lot of men think, or a lot of men, their feelings get hurt once they tell me that I'm not the type of woman they want, but then they think I'm going to change for them. They think I'm gonna be like, oh no, I need a man. Oh no, I need you to change. I need to change for you. I need to respect you. I need to bow down to you. Even though you hardly make any money and you always need me to give you gas money and to feed you and to support you. It's like, yeah, oh, I need to just, no, I'm not that type of girl. I'm not the type of woman, lady, girl, I'm not that type. And I just remember with this Indian guy specifically, he got a little offended when I blocked him. So yeah, he did a few things. He tried a few things, but he didn't realize I'm petty and smart. Ah. But yeah, okay, let's get back to it. Let's get back to, and remember, my channel is as messy as my life, but I just had to slide that in there because black women, the 92% we try to tell you, especially we pay attention, we remember. It's like a lot of people, it's like for some reason, like once they saw what he was during the pandemic, oh my gosh, I can't believe, oh, this is a mess. We can't, oh no, I can't have this. I don't want him. That's what a lot of people said. And then a lot of people, oh, it's like I was for sure Hillary was going to win, but then I learned my lesson. So now I'm going to make sure to vote this time. But some of you guys only had one job. Some of you guys had one job. And then you did the same thing as the Hillary election time period. You forgot, you left your brain cells somewhere. I don't know where either they evaporated or you smoked them up. I don't know what you did with them, but then a lot of you guys forgot. And it's appalling, just like it's like I don't even care if I hurt some of y'all feelings, but it's like, because I've shown you screenshots of guys even telling me, "Nah, I didn't vote." I mean, you guys, you were cheering for her, so like, yeah. I mean, I thought she already had it. I'm not gonna vote for a woman anyways, but yeah, I was like, I thought I knew she had it. Why wouldn't you vote for a woman? A woman ain't supposed to do that. She's not supposed to. And okay, like there was white and black men doing this, so well, a woman needs to understand that leadership is not in her role. Even in the Bible it says women are not supposed to be leaders. They are under men. Yeah, and where did that get you at? Yeah, because like I was saying, black women, we remember. We remember our history, we remember our past, and we remember patterns. And we remember the patterns and the mistakes and the hatred and things of that people used to say in the past. So when they show up and creep up on us in the future, we know it, we see it. And that's why a lot of black moms are good when they meet some of their kids friends or so-called friends. They're just like, nope, they're not good. Nope, nope, mm-mm. They're not that great with like sometimes the dating things or whatever. But I mean, I understand. Like, hey, I get it. And like a lot of these men, oh, they're good with faking. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Okay, but back to it. We like. I still will not forget how when the orange guy was trying like running and everything. It's like my ex noticed, like I was talking about it, and I was like even talking about history, and I was doing different things, and he would mock me and laugh. Oh, you're so scared of this man. I'm like, I'm not scared of him. I just know, like, no, it's like, this is not a good leader. He's not a good man. This is not good for the country. Oh, you're just like, oh, whatever. It's like, yeah, it's like, he's not good, but no one's going to vote for him. No one's going to be stupid enough to vote for him. Yeah, now look what happened. And then look what happened again. Oh, yeah, it's like, and then I was like, your parents. Your at least your mom and your stepdad are voting for him. Your siblings, all of them are voting for him. I don't know, like one of them, she's like, I'm not political. Girl, shut up and sit down. It's like your mom said that I got fondled by a cop because I'm beautiful. But when I brought you up, but anyway. Oh yeah, because she said a couple things where I'm just like, no, you say you're not political, but you're just you just want to like try to gossip with the black girl because you know you'll never be invited to the barbecue. It's like I'm the closest you'll ever get to being invited to the black barbecue. But anyway, Anyway, each time I would mention about history and like even the orange guy's history with the Parkland Five, and it's like, and then redlining and things like that. Oh, that's the past. That doesn't matter. And oh, yeah, my family's going to vote for them because they don't want their guns taken away. They don't want their weapons taken away. They take. I was like, so the only reason they have to vote is over their like, so that, and that. And then with LGBTQ, oh, LGBTQ, they should be, that's a disgrace. Or like, especially the trans community in the army. Yeah, some of them served. And like, oh my gosh, the oldest brother. I served and I served with black men. That means they're my friends. That means I'm not racist. But you sure say some racist things while you're eating your dinner. When your mom said, like, when there's a black person on the news that has committed a crime, and she says, well, or she looks me right in the eye and says, well, at least you're not one of them. And then you look at your brothers like, yeah, at least you didn't get stuck with one of those other types. Yeah, but you say you're not racist. I mean, there's so many other things he said that is racist, but that, like, especially right at the dinner table, right in my face and everything like that. And, well, yeah, let's just say there's a lot of times where I guess karma or God tells me to go to places that, like, just, oh yeah, it's your like, go to the restroom real quick, and it's right near the like the TV room and everything like that. So then I'm walking down, and all of a sudden I start hearing things about black people and Indian people, and how, yeah, like, Indian people don't know their place and stuff like that. And yeah, like, even, well, I'll talk about that later, but it's just like all of this, I'm piling it on because it's just like we have to know and remember the people that voted for him. And especially when the 92% of black women, we kept talking about the racism and the history, and like the racist people who are following him, the people who are in the hate groups that love him, adore him, follow him, and everything like that. But no one wanted to listen to us. But with the pandemic, people started seeing a little bit, especially with the Kung flu and stuff like that, those types of comments. Some people started realizing, but then they forgot. They forgot. All of a sudden, they said Biden didn't do enough. He did a lot. Like, do you know where our economy was? Like, and that's the thing. It's like, at the end of Bush's economy, and then Obama did, like, so many people are like, oh, he did so much, but then they started giving the orange man credit for President Obama's work. And it's like they started mixing the two, like, no. And then with Biden, do you know the economy he started off? People keep saying he didn't do enough. He didn't do. Do you know what he started off with? Do you know the mess he had to fix? But yeah, you guys forget. And that's why it's like I keep saying, you guys forgot. You guys are forgetting. And yes, he's older. And yes, his body, like, it's just that speech. Ooh, like when I heard that, I was just like, oh, shoot. No, no. But it's like, part of me feels like he may work slower, but he did his thing. There's a lot more he could have done, but Republicans kept voting a lot of the stuff down. It's like, and we have to remember, Vice President Kamala broke so many ties. Some of those ties are the reasons why some of you guys are getting the benefits and the things that you're able to get is because of our vice president, our past vice president, not the couch guy that we got now, who is more stuck on, like, saying thank you and things like that over, like, even though he, like, he said thank you so many times, like, that different subject. But I'm just, it's disgusting with how we treat people into, And I remember even my ex, he was like, "Oh, Obama doesn't know how to do things internationally. He's made so many mess ups. He's done," and he's not perfect. He, like any other man, is not perfect. But like, part of me is like, how are you gonna compare and contrast? Let's compare and contrast right now. Let's compare and contrast right now. But it's like with everything that the orange man keeps doing, everything that the current president is doing, no one is getting fired now. When he hired people who are going to follow every little word he says. Kiss his butt when he says kiss it, jump when he says jump, jump off a cliff if he says so. He's going to have these people doing anything and everything. He's had people go from calling him like every like hate group type of reference or comparing him to like Hitler and everything like that, to now he's such a like I'm not even gonna say like, but yeah, they say positive things about him now. I can't believe it, but because power and white man. Okay, and it's like if that hurt you, I'm talking about you. So if you know I'm not talking about you, it won't hurt. But power plus basic white man dot dot dot. That's why they are quickly taking as much power as they can away from women, people of color, black people, people with disabilities, LGBTQ. And that's why they took so much time hating on LGBTQ, putting fear in LGBTQ, putting fear in you. If he can hire the right, it's just crazy because he fired so many people during the first presidency. And I think people forgot. But black women, we didn't forget. We paid attention. And when Omarosa on Big Brother, yes, I go back to her because, when she said what she said, it was just like, yes, thank you for verifying. And person after person, when they left the White House, they were saying, he's not who you think he is. He wanted us to do some things that we should never do. It's like in one person after another. And then they were writing books about the thing. Like, it's just like, pay attention. Why is no one paying attention to this man who is literally like, he's hiring people that praise him, hiring people that will do anything to keep their power, hiring anybody, even if they don't meet the job requirements. He's talking about DEI. He's talking about DEI when he's not even hiring people inept to be able to do the jobs. He's hiring people who he knows fear. Either they fear him or they fear the loss of power. They fear the loss of position. They fear the loss of leadership. And those are the people he loves because he loves those that fear him or fear the loss of what he is able to give them. That's what he loves. That's who he's going to hire. And if he knows that you don't fear him, he will mock you, tease you, degrade you. Oh, and if you're not like him, especially if you're not like him, he will mock you, tease you, degrade you, make you feel like you're less than because he does think you're less than. The way he talked about women, but then meant like, oh, he's going to protect women. Oh, what did he say about grabbing women by the kitty? What did he say about that? What did he say about that? Yeah. I don't know, it's just crazy. To me, it's just crazy because as a black woman, I remember his past. I studied up, I learned. And then what book did he have on his nightstand next to his bed? Yeah, I remember that. I remembered that. And then with Black Lives Matter, with Colin Kaepernick, what did he do? What did he say? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who did he just pardon? Who did, and before the election, he promised he was going to pardon them. He promised. Funny how quickly a lot of them are getting locked back up, though. Yeah, that's amusing right there. But, because even back to you know, the Parkland Five, they were found innocent. I'll repeat, they were found innocent. But when they got let go, they were looking for an apology. And what did he say? Oh, well, they probably did something else anyway. Mm-hmm. So for the people who say he's not racist, he's not a bigot, like, it's like, no, we got to pay attention. We got to listen. And we also got, like, as someone who studies marketing, advertising, and cultural anthropology, I pay very close attention to patterns and demographics. When it comes to voting, I pay attention to the demographics that follows him. Look at the people who follow him. And I'm not saying all of them, but a large majority. A large majority think certain ways about immigrants, Black, African Americans, people who speak a different language than English, LGBTQ. And it's like, because, oh, there's even some cities around the US over the last 10 years that were trying to make interracial dating illegal because certain people, they want to make sure they stay pure. But some of you guys don't pay attention. But with the orange guy's presidency, the first term, he was like, I think it was like 3 to 5 times of firing, like the speed of firing, than both President Obama and Bush's terms. And I think it was around 10 times, like, of the first Bush terms. Because, yeah, father, son, right? Yeah, so, I mean, the father, not the son. And he has the highest, like, firing rate within the last 100 years. Last 100 years. So don't you wonder? Because a lot of people keep saying that the staff, the people that quit and got fired, they're saying that they're lying. Look at what's happening right now. Look what happens when he gets everybody that will do anything he says. Look at what happens when you get to watch people who are too scared to lose their power. Look at what they will do. Look at what happens when people who have no business with their job position, but they got their job position only because they will do anything, anything to have power over other people. Are we going to pay attention finally? Are we going to remember what happened during COVID, before COVID? Because there's a lot of things that happened before COVID, but a lot of you guys either don't remember, don't care, or doesn't like it. Like, if it didn't hurt you, you didn't care. kind of like with this presidency, because now slowly certain MAGAs are kind of regretting their vote because it's hurting them personally. And it's sad because I remember there's that one construction woman, I talked about her a couple weeks ago. And then now Nebraska. Oh yeah, like I'm gonna talk all about Nebraska because I still gotta do some more research and stuff. But they might be filing for bankruptcy in 6 months, or maybe not bankruptcy, but they're gonna be out of money. And I think around 30% of their farm help were illegal immigrants. Or I want to call them immigrants, but I'm calling them illegal immigrants because, yeah, since, yeah, Nebraska, you guys wanted ICE on them because they were not here, because like they didn't follow the process and everything like that. So, yeah, in this, in with this conversation, I will refer to them because that is why they're hiding out now, or they left, or whatever. But yeah, you guys are, I mean, there's a lot of episodes about the F around and find out. There's a lot. I keep like one episode after another, and maybe that's because it's in my algorithm. But ooh, Nebraska, ooh, you're. And now, even with the school of choice, he's trying to get that, like, because he wants to tear down and ruin our education department. And he wants a school of choice, but majority of that, well, not, maybe not majority, but a lot of that money goes to the religious schools. Yeah. I think that's one reason. Now, I'm kind of wondering, is that like, because my church had a school, then they closed the school, but then they opened the school back up just like a couple years ago. I was kind of wondering why. Oh, and yeah, my bishop, oh, he's full, like, oh, he Republican to the core. Like, he has never said a bad word about the orange guy, not one bad thing. So, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't think his wife is one of the 92%. But anyway. This is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too. But now just think, why did he have to let go fire, and how come so many people had to run and resign from this man? What did he try to get them to do? Because now, with Project 2025, the people he hired, they will do it all. So let's see.